Welcome to Thought and Throttle. This is the brand new 2024 Range Rover Sport dressed in white with a black top. I'm Dirk, that's Julia. Get in, loser, we're gonna go shopping. People thought that the Range Rover, they went to a photocopier, hit reduce, and away we went. But no, they said the Range Rover Sport has to have its own identity, has to have its own character and charisma. And they came up with this, and this car has taken off and blown up this market segment. Not only did I have this beautifully inserted cabin with lovely leather, two-tone steering wheel, heated and cooled seats, but I've also got this armchair.
Ooh,
absolutely. See that?
Very nice.
So you don't have to stretch.
Yeah, put it on the middle seat.
Yeah, you're right there.
It's actually very comfortable too.
It's very comfortable.
The seats as well are super comfy.
So here we are, driving along at 30 kilometers an hour. See how quiet this car is?
Very quiet cabin. It's actually impressive how quiet it is.
You brought up a good point about a bump.
Easy. You don't even feel it, honestly.
Well, watch this. We're going to show you how it reacts to bumps.
Here we go.
What
oh
bump?
My God, wow, yeah. Seriously, what bump?
Sitting in this car, it's so quiet that you can hear the fan for the air-conditioned seat. That's how quiet the car is. Everything's controlled to the center screen right here, where you have all the functionality that you need in the screen, because Range Rover decided to keep it very minimalist and luxury. So the luxury with minimalist, don't machine gun it full of buttons. All the buttons and everything else is taken care of in there.
It is really nice up here too. Like, there isn't really much that you can get distracted with. It's all very clean. The lines are very nice. It's all integrated perfectly. Like, everything has a place and everything looks like it is where it needs to be.
Everything has a place and everything in its place.
Yeah.
Couple of that, you've got two glove boxes, one at the bottom right there, so you want to put your stuff in
the little remote.
And then you have one at the top.
Oh, wow. And like a decent amount of space as well in both. I also just love this as well. Like, it just, every touch of it.
All your touch points are absolutely
luxury.
premium. And you've got the two-tone headliner here, so you've got the top that is caraway, the middle that's black, that's going to blend with that, and then you've got the caraway there, and they have this new part of Range Rover sustainability program, where they have this fabric in the middle there. That fabric is actually made out of recycled material.
Wow. Okay, look at us being sustainable. And what about seating? Oh, wait, is that? Yeah,
that's your seating. Go ahead. There you go.
Wow.
But it brings up this, when you touch that, it brings up the menu right here on the screen, so you can see it there as well. And now when you had your seat on the seat control, your finger accidentally touched the button for the window. And I can actually hear what a difference.
Gosh.
See that? That's how quiet this car is.
Holy
if you roll your window down and actually look at that window, you will see that it's double glazed.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. The window is thick. What about engine types? What kind of engines can we get on
So we have in North America, well in Canada specifically, you have two types of engines. You have both 6 cylinders. You have this one that we're in right now, which is a 6-cylinder. They call it the P400, which is roughly around 400 horsepower and around 400 foot-pounds of torque. They make this to a P530, which is a plug-in electric. And what the plug-in electric does is it gives you about 70 kilometers worth of distance on the battery alone.
Okay, so compared to other luxury SUVs on the market, where would the Range Rover Sport sit for you?
So Range Rover basically, in my humble opinion, created this market segment way back in 1970, where they brought out a sport utility vehicle, or they brought out a four-wheel drive vehicle that could be used on a farm, as well as taking it out to the city, taking it out to town. What the Range Rover Sport has done is created a new market segment that's slightly sportier than the full-size Range Rover. You still get extreme comfort with the air ride suspension, so the car is very, very comfortable. You've got 4 separate heights on the car. You've got what we're in right now, which is normal ride height, As soon as you stop the car, take your seatbelts off, it automatically drops to what's called access height.
Okay.
So you can get in and out of the vehicle. And then we've got 2 off-road modes that allow you to go off-road in this vehicle with effortless ability. Like it swallows up everything else out there. The 4-wheel drive systems on these vehicles are designed to take you to places you would never dream of going. That being said, that's a very good question you asked me about this versus other SUVs. When you look at the Range Rover Sport, in order to have that 4-wheel drive ability and that 4-wheel drive system, you have to have an extremely strong and rugged frame to bolt that stuff onto. And that's what they've done with this car. They've taken that really rugged frame, they've taken the really rugged 4-wheel drive system, put it into this luxurious car, and that the benefits you get of that as an individual is you get a very, very strong frame. So in the event of an accident, your cage, the cage that you're sitting in, is extremely strong. I've had people that have literally called me from the roadside after having a rollover in an accident in one of these cars with their credit cards going, my family is safe, everybody was good, can I have another one?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're driving something, you want to be in something safe. You want to feel comfortable.
100%.
Especially, it's not even you, it's everyone else that's around you. And if you can feel safe and confident that you and your family and everyone who's driving with you is going to be okay, I think that's definitely a big driver for why somebody would purchase an SUV,
100%.
right? So, compared to other luxury SUVs on the market, would you say that the Range Rover Sport has more versatility in terms of highway driving, city driving, off-road capability?
That's
safety?
a very good question, Julie. I'll be honest with you. 99.9% of all the SUVs out there are probably never going to see off-road. They're going to see
it's not what they're used for.
They're going to see a dirt path up to the cottage, maybe dragging a boat around. They're not going to see real serious off-road. The DNA that Range Rover came up with was a serious off-road vehicle, and we have the Land Rover and the Discovery that actually takes some of that DNA to the more extreme level. This is your comfort. I mean, look at this car. It's absolutely wonderful to sit in. It feels opulent. It makes you feel different. And not that other SUVs, I mean, today's market is crowded, and they've got some very, very good cars out there. I just feel sitting in a quote-unquote OG SUV, the cachet that comes with Range Rover, the amount of glass that you've got around you, the sight lines, you have a presence in a Range Rover. 100%. And the funny thing is, people look at these cars, the same customer that's looking at one of these has obviously been in to look at an Aston Martin DBX, a Bentley Bentayga, even with the big Range Rover, you got somebody looking at the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. All great cars, all fantastic cars. But I've actually had clients that have come in to me and said, we don't like those because they're too shouty.
Yeah.
They're too in your face.
Yeah.
We buy a Range Rover, we're getting that level of refinement, that level of luxury. I don't have to worry about going up to the cottage or taking this thing up to Muskoka in the middle of winter where they don't plow the roads, and I'm good to go in my Range Rover. I don't have to worry about it. But I fly right under the radar.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what I've got.
And there's also something to be said too about the Range Rover community as a whole. Like,
they just know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those, if you know, you know.
Exactly. If you know, you know. If you don't, you probably wish you did.
There you go.
So kind of let's compare this Range Rover Sport to the OG big boy Range Rover.
The big boy Range Rover takes exactly what we have here and they dial it up a notch. So it's quieter, it's smoother. You don't get the slight imperfections of the road like that. You would never feel that in the full-size Range Rover. And it elevates that level of car to somebody that's looking at a supreme sedan. You know, you're busy in the office making the money, you're busy making the phone calls, you get into your Range Rover, you're busy again. You don't have to be worried about, is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? What's the weather conditions? Is you know, are there going to be pothole ridden roads or what? You just get in your Range Rover and it's literally like an aluminium glove with a velvet lining, and it picks you up from where you got to be. It takes you home. So when you have those two vehicles, this one dials the sport image up a little bit more, so it's more driver centric. You can toss it around. The wheelbase on this car is slightly shorter and it's slightly smaller than the full-size Range Rover, so the room inside the car on the full-size Range Rover versus this, there's not a tremendous amount of difference, but there's a slight difference.
Who would you say, I mean, I feel like this SUV could fit so many different kinds of lifestyles and so many different kinds of people. Who would you say, like, if you're this type of person, you need this SUV?
The clientele that's attracted by Range Rover is somebody, A, who wants to step away from the crowd. We don't want to look at turn every single corner and see one of these around there. So you want something different. You want something that has the cachet and the luxury attached to it. But more importantly, it's somebody that wants to feel that their hard-earned money is taking them to places that they thought they would never have to go, could never go before. So if you've got an active lifestyle, you've got a cottage, you guys got kids that want to do activities in the wintertime, you don't have to worry about, is my car going to get me there? Do we have to rent a different car? Are we going to be? You can put everything in here, put the roof rails on, put the snowboards up there, put the skis, and away you go. Drag a couple of Sea-Doos behind you, not a problem whatsoever. The car is absolutely capable of doing anything you ask it to do.
So in terms of it being kind of like a really great vehicle for maybe those who have families, can we talk about some of the safety features that we have equipped in here?
Well, you've got, first of all, you got the forward sensing collision, so it's got automatic brake assist on the car, dynamic cruise control. You've got airbags here, and around, a whole curtain side airbag on the car. But most importantly, you have this extruded aluminum that this car is built with.
The strength.
And the cage, the actual cage that you're sitting in is extremely impact resistant. So it's a very, very strong cage. Plus, it's been designed to, in the event of an impact, to take up some of those slacks or some of the forces that will be generated in an accident.
For sure. It's designed to keep you safe.
100%.
And I know that this is smaller than the big boy Range Rover, but honestly, interior space is pretty good. I feel like there's a lot of room up here at the front. There's a great amount of room in the back for backseat passengers.
You can put 3 passengers back there, no problem. The full-size Range Rover does come as a 5-rider or as a 7-rider should you want it. So you can actually put a 3rd row in the back. That's how big the car is. Now, the full-size Range Rover comes in a short wheelbase, which is slightly bigger than this, and you've also got a long wheelbase, which is obviously very much larger than this car.
Yeah.
The Range Rover Sport comes in one guise and one guise only. This is it. It's a regular wheelbase.
Got you. Okay. This is definitely, this SUV to me just screams like luxury, class, elegance.
I think that's the word. You're looking for class and elegance.
It's just,
and with the Meridian sound, obviously we're recording right now, so with the Meridian sound we won't be able to hear ourselves, but it's very, very comfortable.
Yeah. It's absolutely stunning.
I just dropped the height in the suspension. Did you notice that?
I felt something.
So I can do it again. We can drop it right now.
Is it just, oh.
See that?
Oh, yeah.
It's dropping.
Oh.
And now we're dropped to access height. Now watch. We'll automatically come up to normal height.
When we start driving?
Yeah.
So it knows. It's smart. I know we kind of already touched base on this a little bit, but I feel like a lot of people who are in the city are commuters. We spend so much time in our vehicle. Let's talk about why this car has that good versatility for city driving, but also highway driving.
I will answer your question right now. We're sitting in the city. We've got all this traffic around us. Do you hear anything? Do you hear anything interfering with us?
No, it's super quiet. The cabin is very quiet, but
what's this section here? Let's go down to the cushion.
Is this such a, oh, he's adjusting me.
It's giving you more lumbar support.
Wow.
And you can do all that stuff. Will you talk to me about power?
Let's see the power. Oh, wow. Yeah.
More than enough to get us going.
Oh, God, yeah.
More than enough to get us going.
The getup is so fast, too. That was crazy.
But it's unintrusive. You don't notice it. It's not shouty. It's not loud. It just says, okay, I guess I got a task. Let's get it done.
Yeah. It's like, okay, they want me to drive now. I'll go. Let me get there. Let me get where I need to go.
And we're driving on Steeles Avenue right now, which is some of the worst roads in Toronto.
Yeah, and it's smooth.
Absolutely.
Smooth.
I don't even feel it. Like potholes, doesn't matter.
I know you said this before too. Like, nobody really uses their SUV for off-roading,
No.
which is kind of sad because, like you said, the brand is built for that. So I feel like a lot of people might be shocked to find out the off-roading capabilities that this thing actually has. Can you kind of touch base on just a little bit, just scrape the surface on what this can do?
You've got about 3 feet worth of wading depth, so you get to 3 feet of water, no problem. So in a flood, you'd have no issues whatsoever. 3 feet of water. You've got tremendous approach and departure angles because of the air ride suspension, and also your breakover angle increases your ride height. So the car has an absolute ability to tackle almost anything you can throw at it. Those boulders up on the side there, I could literally climb one of those right now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And that gives you the flexibility of knowing that you never have to worry about your commute.
Yeah. But you could literally take this like off-road on a trail if you wanted to.
100%.
That's crazy to
100%.
think. That's crazy to think. I mean, I don't think I would, but the fact that it's capable.
And that's the whole thing. Like, a lot of people sit back and go, well, I'm never going to do that in my car. And it's understandable because, you know,
fair,
at
yeah.
$150,000 plus,
yeah,
it's a very expensive car to take off-road.
for sure.
But if you need to, if you had to, you could.
Yeah, you have it. You have the option. Which I feel
And
like
even on this windy stretch we have right now, it's handling all the curves and the corners perfectly fine.
So from the driver's seat, how does everything feel, and like where everything's placed?
Oh, it's
wheel,
ergonomically
buttons.
perfect. I mean, the only thing I would probably have a bit of an issue with is I love touchscreens. I really do. I think they're fantastic. We have them on our phones. They're really good to have. But when you're driving and you're in motion, it's a bit difficult to use a touchscreen.
Yes, I can
That's
agree.
my only misgiving on this car. Other than that,
agree.
I love everything about it.
Yeah. That's what Range Rover strives to do, is just make the driver's experience elite.
Stress-free.
Yeah, stress-free, elite. Like you're not worried about your safety. You're not stressed out. You're not worried about how you look because you look good. Like, you know, everything's all fine. Like, just imagine if you're stuck in traffic in one of these. Oh no. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Look at the things I
Worst
can
day
play
ever.
with.
Like, yeah.
I can play with my cameras.
Literally, just put your vents on your seat, sit back, look at the beautiful detailing, the style, look at everybody else looking at you.
Yeah, I'm not sure this could ever get old and tired.
No, honestly. Another thing too about these vehicles is the customization of them. If you're building one to order or ordering one, like, you really have not endless, but there's so many ways to make it your own.
There's so many, yeah, you can personalize the car to the nth degree. Absolutely.
It's not your
You got your
Ford
choice of-
Escape with 3 interiors and 5 colors for the outside.
No, you've got your choice of leathers, woods, and
Yeah.
all that stuff out there. There's so many different things you can personalize this car with.
You really make it your own. And you know what? If you're gonna have a vehicle of this level, like, you want it to be your own, right?
I will say, when I get into a Range Rover, a full-size Range Rover, or even a Sport, my blood pressure goes down a little bit, my heart rate goes down a little bit, and I just relax.
You just feel safe
I
and
enjoy
relaxed.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal car. Come on in to Coventry North Jaguar Land Rover and put your name down for one of your very own Range Rover Sports. Thank you. Take care. Thank you for watching Thought and Throttle.
Oh, DIRK. This is
That's another road.
Nuh-uh. What are we doing?
Well, look,
You guys!
I just drove over another road, didn't have to worry about it in my Range Rover.
Episode 2, take 1.